Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Your Budget My Way. So basically what that means is if you book a one-on-one with me or randomly I post on my stories and say, okay guys, DM me your emails and I'm going to send you worksheets and I'm going to pick random 3 to 5 people that I can do your budget. This is when I showcase the budget on YouTube so that you can have a look at it over and over and over again up until you reach your goals. But also it's great and also relatable for other people who don't have my numbers and they see other people's numbers and feel like they can relate to them. It is quite inspiring as well for other people that, okay, I'm not alone in this debt. I'm not alone without any savings. I'm not alone not knowing what the hell to do with my numbers. I'm earning an income, but I don't know what to do next. Okay, I got paid, I paid the bills, now what? How do I reach my goals? So these kind of budgets, they showcase that. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Today's video, we're going to be looking at Monica's budget. Again, the name is made up. It's not a real name. Just for privacy reasons, I keep everything anonymous. So I'm going to give her the name Monica, but she knows it's her budget. So what we look at when we're doing Your Budget My Way, what I look at basically are 6 main things. Number 1 is your story. Number 2 is your why. Number 3 is your budget, your actual monthly budget. Number 4 is your income, how much do you earn. Number 5 is your debt, and number 6 is your savings. Number 7 is now optional because sometimes I reach out and I want to get more clarification, more information, just so when I do the budget, I've got a whole holistic approach of how your lifestyle looks and what are your distractions and your other goals and what are you doing with this. And so, okay, so you're in a stokvel, but what is it for? So I'll reach out just so I can get a better understanding of where is your mind at. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at Monica's budget. We're going to start with her story. So this is her story right here. I'm going to read it out just because I know that it's not so clear. So she says, I struggle with debt. I owe Capitec loan and Capitec excess. My struggle is expenses that come up when the budget and payday is near. I receive requests for extra expenses that were not budgeted for. That creates a challenge in my budget. So I did ask her, what are those extra expenses that show up? Where are they coming from? Just so I can see if they were a priority or what is happening. And she did say that she doesn't live with her son. Her son lives with her mother. So sometimes her mother needs extra food or electricity or other things. So that's what causes the extra spending that she didn't budget for and ends up using maybe a credit card or her savings. Okay, so that is her story. Then we look at your why. So what is her why? So number 1 is to prioritize her financial goals, which is paying off debt. That is number 1. Number 2 is to build an emergency fund. And number 3 is to save for a laptop. And then also under her budget, I also screenshot there where she said she just wants to be debt free and increase her savings and investments. Okay, now this is her budget. I did black out a few things. So it's her name over there on income. And I also blacked out the other funeral cover because it looked like a name and I just don't want anyone to notice and be like, oh, this, I know whose budget is this. And also the stokvel also had a name, so I don't want anyone who's part of the stokvel group to notice anything. So I just blacked out those things again for privacy reasons. So her income over there is 23,862.28 cents, but let's just say 23,862, and she gets paid on the 15th of every month. And then these are her bills. She's got rent of 2,300 Rand on the 15th. She's got groceries for home, so where she sends money to her mom to contribute for her son's groceries. Then she's got groceries for herself. And then she's got a Capitec loan, a Capitec excess, F&B funeral cover, and another funeral cover. So in total, the funeral cover is like 757 Rand. Then she's got transportation, stokvel, 1 of 2,000 Rand, Stokvel 2 of 1,000 Rand, cell phone and insurance life cover, and also savings, her challenges, which is 2,700 Rand a month. So those are the amounts over there, and that's how, when are they due. And on the side there, I asked if it's a need and a want, and it's so funny because she put wants on the debt but it's actually a need because she needs to get rid of that, which basically shows me already that every single every single bill and spending she does is a need. So the problem here already, I can already see that the problem here is not the spending. It's not the spending. So let's see what is the actual problem. Okay. Now, if we have a look at her income, so her total bills are 12,756 Rand. Her total debt, it's on the side there, which is 9,685 Rand. And her income is 23,862. At the end, after subtracting, so after taking the 23,000, minusing the bills, minusing the debt, she has 719 Rand left. So as you can see, the problem is not the income, the problem is not the bills. So what is the actual problem here? What is it? Because she cannot get rid of anything from her bills. She needs every single expense and bill in her budget. But then the income is also good because she's still got money remaining after. So she's not earning less than what she's spending, but she still has a problem with her debt. So what is the actual issue here? So let's move on to her debts. Okay, so these are her debts, and she's got the Capitec access. The total amount she is owing for that is 88,254. The interest rate is 22%, and the minimum payment is 3,959 Rand. So that is a big chunk of money due on the 15th, so on her payday, and she's got 31 months to go. Then she's got a Capitec loan, and she's owing 106,803, and she's got the interest rate is 24.75. It's a high interest, and the minimum payment is 4,726, and it's due also on the 15th, and she's got 33 months to go, and she's hoping to pay the Capitec access next year June, and the Capitec loan the following year in June, so 2026. But she also didn't add the phone, so I've written it down over here. So her cell phone, she's got up until July 2025 to pay it off. So I'll just show you over here. I've just wrote it myself. So her cell phone, she's currently owing 12,000 Rand, and how I calculated it is I took the 1,000 that she's paying a month and the 12 months that she has to go. So let's just say she's owing 12,000 Rand on the cell phone, and it's also due on the 15th, and she's got 12 months to go to finish the cell phone on July 2025. Those are her debts, and now her savings. So these are her savings challenges, which is her Christmas and Black Friday, birthdays, emergency fund, and the laptop. And remember, the laptop was on her priority list of savings. So Christmas, she wants to save 6,000 Rand by December. She's got 6 months to go. Her monthly saving is 300 Rand, which she has currently saved 1,740. She's using the 20 Rand challenge, and Black Friday she's using the snowball effect, so 7,800 Rand is her goal. And then birthdays, she's 5,000 Rand is her goal, and she's saved 250 Rand a month. She's currently saved 800 Rand, and then emergency fund of 10,000 Rand. and she saves 800 Rand a month, and she's currently saved 2,000 Rand. And then a laptop of 30,000 Rand, and she saves 750 Rand a month, and she has currently saved 2,500 Rand on it. A lot of numbers. I have written everything down, so I will bring you down to eye level so that you can see. But her total savings goal is 58,800 Rand, and monthly she's saving 2,700 Rand to help her reach that goal. But obviously it's different because it's sinking funds. So these are her numbers basically, and now I'm going to bring you down to eye level so that we can do the budget together and see how I would handle all of this. This is a new budget layout that I've just created. Hopefully it works as the other ones did. So we're going to start with the bird's eye view. So basically having a look at her numbers. Bill number 1 is rent. Bill number 2 is food. Food 1 and food 2. And then we've got funeral cover. So funeral 1 and funeral 2. And then we've got transport. And then we've got Stockfell 1 and Stockfell 2. And then we've got insurance. And we've got challenges. So saving challenges. Okay, and then after that we then have debts. Okay, so how much is all of this? Rent is 2,300 Rand, which is due on the 15th. Then food 1 is 1,500 Rand, which is due on the 15th. And food 2 is 2,200 Rand, which is due around the 17th. And then funeral cover 1 is 507. I just rounded up. That is due on the 15th. And then funeral cover 2 is 250, which is also due on the 15th. Then transport is 500, which is due on the 20th. And then Stockfell 1 is 2,000, which is due on the 30th. And Stockfell 2 is 1,000, which is due on the 17th. And then insurance is 500, which is also due on the 15th. And then challenges is 2,700 Rand. I'm guessing she sorts all of them out on payday. And then after that is her debts. So her debts are 472655 plus 3959, 20 plus the 1,000, which is 9,685 a month. It is a big chunk of her income, shame. 685, so 75. And that is also due on the 15th. They all due on the 15th. Okay, so the total here, so if we calculate everything together, so we got 2,300 plus 1,500 plus 2,200 plus 507 plus 250 plus 500 plus 2,000 plus 1,000 plus 500 plus 2,700 plus 9,685.75, which is 23,000. 23,142.75. Okay, so that's the total bills of hers. And how much is her income? So her income is 23,800. Oh gosh, this pen. 862. So if we minus the money, so let's go 23,862 minus 23,140. I'm just going to say 43, just to round it up. She's left with 719 at the end of her budgeting. Okay, so now let's have a look again at what her goals are. Remember, she's got basically no wants, which means I cannot remove anything right now here. Everything is a need to her. And this is her income, and this is how much is remaining. So now I'm going to break down the debt for you on this page over here. The Capitec Access. On that, she is owing 88,254. So her interest rate is 22.25%. Her minimum payment is 3,959.20, and then her due date is the 15th, and the months she has to go is 31. Okay, and then her second debt is the loan, and then that is 106,803, and her interest rate is 24.75, and her minimum payment is 4,726. 55, also due on the 15th, and she has 33 months to go. And lastly, her cell phone contract, which is 12,000. Interest rate, we're going to leave it out for now. Minimum payment is 1,000 Rand, and that's also due on the 15th, and she has 12 months to go. Okay, so this is her debt, and the total amount of her debt is, so let's grab a calculator, and 88,254 plus 106,803 plus 12,000. Total debt is 207,057. So we're gonna put it right at the bottom there. So 207,057. Okay, her total minimum payment is 3,959.20 plus 4,726.55 plus 1,000, and that is 9,685.75. Okay, and when does it say here she will be debt free? If we are looking at this, the highest one is in 33 months. So she'll be debt free in 33 months. But that's obviously not an option right now because her number one goal is to pay off her debt. Okay, so now we have an idea of what is her debt, what are her bills, what she has remaining. Now let's pretend these are my numbers. So this is when the Your Budget My Way comes in very handy, because now I'm going to pretend these are my numbers and what would I do if this was my situation. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out her savings. So let's pretend these are my savings currently. And if we have a look, she's got Christmas. She's trying to save 6,000 by December, 6 months to go. That's how much she puts away every month. and she's using the 20 Rand challenge as stated earlier, but she's currently sitting on 1,740. Then Black Friday, she is using the Snowball Challenge and the goal amount is 7,800 Rand. By November, she wants to save the 7,800 Rand. She's currently sitting on 2,700. For birthdays, she's currently sitting on 800 Rand and she puts away 250 a month. For emergency fund, she's currently sitting on 2,000 Rand and she puts away 800 Rand a month. And lastly, her laptop, she's currently sitting on 2,500 Rand. She puts away 750 a month and she still has 12 months to go. So as you can see, I've already made some working out here, but what does this even mean? So this is what I would do. And again, I'm going to give a little bit of tough love, just because this is what I would do. We don't have to save so many things, because we have to ask ourselves, what is our priority number one, and then what is our priority number two. So her priority number one is to be debt free. Her priority number two is to save and build up her emergency fund. Her priority number three is to buy a laptop. Okay, so I'm assuming she needs this. It's just me assuming, just because I know what it feels like to not have a laptop and having to do some work. So I'm assuming this is what she needs, and this is the biggest expense, and it's going to take her longer. So I'm just going to draw over here. So as you can see here, I calculated this 750 times 6 months. So the 750 that I put away for the laptop every single month, I will take that amount and carry on saving for 6 months, so up until December. And then I would have, so let's calculate it. So it's 750 times 6. I would have 4,500 Rand saved by December. And then plus what I have currently saved already, which she's currently sitting on 2,500 Rand. So 2,500, which equals 7,000. Okay, now this 7,000, I will add it to my Black Friday saving. So remember, she is wanting to use it for Black Friday. For Black Friday, look for a laptop deal, Monica. So that's 7,000 that I've saved for the year using the challenge there. I will plus the other Snowball challenge, combine these two challenges, and now you have 14,800 Rand in total. 800 Rand in total. And then she's got a stokvel that she's saving 1,000 a month. So she's got this one stokvel over here. So this is just my writing over here. Stokvel 1, stokvel 2 and her challenges. This stokvel 2, her money has already been given to her and she's already put it in an investment. And then she's got stokvel 2 that will be given to her in November of 11,000 Rand. I will take that 11,000 Rand and add it now to this. So that's plus 11,000, and now it's 25,800 Rand. Yes, I know it's not 30,000 Rand that she was hoping for, but chances are Black Friday will have a deal for her. So now she's combined 2 challenges and a stokvel challenge, so saving, it's a challenge as well, because these saving challenges are basically like a stokvel but on your own. So she's combined 1, 2, 3 saving challenges and bought herself a laptop for Black Friday at the end of this year, which means this saving challenge will be gone, will be out of the way, because she would have reached that goal. This is what I would do, number 1. Because why? It's part of her story. It's part of her goals of what she wants. Remember, I showed you her story, and she wrote down on her goals that she would like to pay off debt, build an emergency fund, and save for a laptop. So I want her to sort this out and get it out of the way. But now the big one here is paying off bills and building an emergency fund. Now, how do I do that? If it was me, this is what I would do. First of all, let's have a look at the debt. What is actually happening with this debt? Why is she struggling so much with it? So that is her Capitec excess. That is how much she owes. That is her actual payments. What does actual payment means? So out of the 3,959 Rand that she is paying every single month, 1,636 Rand is going to interest. 1,600 Rand is going to interest. So if she had to take that 1,636 and times it by the 31 months she has, she's going to end up paying 50,000 Rand of interest onto that, which is a big no. So actually, out of the 3,900 Rand, only 2,300 is going to your debt. Now, obviously, if you want to see this, the debt Excel spreadsheet is going to be linked below. But we also have a new spreadsheet that I'm launching. I'll be launching it next week, and also it's going to come with a free online course on how to pay off your debt. So if you want to wait for that, then absolutely, and I'll let you know when it launches. So out of that amount she owes, and that's the interest rate, this is how much is going to interest, that is how much is actually going on to her debt, which is making it take longer for her to pay off her debt. Now, on the Capitec loan, the 106,000, this is how much she pays every month, but only 2,500 Rand is going to her actual payment, her actual loan, chipping away the loan, and the other 2,200 Rand is going to interest alone. So in total, at the end of the month, when she pays her 9,686 Rand, she's actually only paying 5,800 Rand to her debt. The other 3,800 Rand is going to interest. It's making the bank richer. This is why this is important to understand. This is why I create these kind of spreadsheets, so you can understand that every month they're deducting 9,600 from me, from my debt, but actually the other 3,800 Rand is going to interest, which means I'm only paying 5,800 Rand to my debt. Okay, so what is the plan of action, Norma? How would you handle this? Because it is a mess. So let's have a look at this one over here. If she had to go with the avalanche method, which is obviously the method that I would pick because the Capitec loan has a 24% interest rate, this is how much it will take her. She would end up paying off this loan January 2027, the Capitec excess in December 2026, and then the cell phone in June 2025, which means she's only going to be debt-free January 2027, and that is too long. It is too long. It's in 3 years, like 24, 25, 26, 27, no. And the interest she would have paid is 65,000 Rand 120 interest alone that she would have paid. So how are we going to reduce this? Okay, so I want you to please pay attention to everything I'm saying because it's an overload of information. First of all, July 2024. What I want you to do, Monica, is I want you to take that 2,000 Rand on your emergency fund. I know. This is what I would do. Remember, I took my emergency fund and I paid off my car, and now I'm building my emergency fund up from scratch. You already have the 20,000 Rand that you've put it in your investments. So you've got a nice nest. You're not broke. You've got also your saving challenges. But this is what I want you to do. July, take that 2,000 Rand that you've already saved and add it as extra onto your Capitec loan. So your Capitec loan is deducting 4,000, what is it? sorry, let me just find it. 4,726, but for the month of July, you're going to end up putting an extra 2,000 on it. Okay, remember the other 2,000, they're putting it into the, gosh, goodness me, I'm getting a brain fog. They're putting it into interest. So I want you to add another 2,000 so that you can chip it away quickly. In August, I want you to, so many, this budget actually was quite difficult for me. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So additionally, in July, I want you to add 2,000 Rand. Okay, from your emergency fund, which means now your emergency fund, you're going to be starting from scratch. But you have this 800 Rand that you put into your emergency fund every month. So then in August, I want you to actually not put the 800 Rand to emergency fund and put it into August. So put into your debt, your loan. Again, September, put another 800. October, put another 800. November, another 800. And then December, she told me she also receives a bonus. She would like to invest that bonus. I highly recommend investing. I also do that. But for now, let's get you out of debt. What's the point of saving so much money when you're paying so much interest to the bank and you're making the bank rich when you could be saving that money as well? So let's get rid of this mess over here. So that bonus right now, let you tell yourself that that bonus is going to my loan. It's not for me to save or to do anything else but to pay off debt, because my goal is to be debt free and build my savings. So then put the 20,000 Rand over here. Once you've put the 20,000 Rand, when January comes, this is what I want you to do now. You can see the 1,550 and you're probably thinking, where did I take it from? I took it from the 750 that you were paying for the laptop. Remember now, December, I want you to buy the laptop. So now it means you've got an extra 750 that you used to save. So take that 750 plus the emergency fund money, add it together, it is now 1,550. So now pay the 1,550 here as your extra onto your loan. Okay, and then do it for February, March, April, May, June next year. By June next year, you're going to pay your last payment of your cell phone. Once the cell phone is done, you have now an extra 1,000 as well that you're going to roll over onto your debt. Remember, when you finish paying off your debt, you roll over the extra amount onto whatever debt is next that you're paying off, which is obviously the loan. So now when July comes, you have 2,550. So where does that come from? It comes from that 750 that you used to use for the laptop, plus the 800 Rand for the emergency fund, plus the 1,000 Rand that you used to pay for the cell phone. In July, you now have 2,550 to pay extra onto your Capitec loan. Okay, sorry, I'm just running out of space over here. Okay, so July, you pay the 2,550, so now it's a bigger amount chipping away that debt. August, you pay the same. September, you pay the same. October, you pay the same. November, you pay the same. And remember, December bonus. So next year, you pay off your loan. And that is going to be paid off. Then you have 2 months remaining up until you are debt free of that Capitec access as well. Because when you pay the 2,000 onto your debt, the 20,000, onto your debt, you'll only be left with 2,000 left on your Capitec loan by December 2025, which means the other 18,000 you're putting it into your Capitec access, and then you are going to be left with 13,000 on your Capitec access. But then remember, you've got that extra. So now you've got the 2,550 plus the 4,000 that was your minimum payment. Yeah, you add those two together and then you pay it onto your Capitec access, and also February. So then you'll be debt free by February. And then February 2026, you start taking that money that you are putting onto your loans and your debts, and you start putting it into your emergency fund and start building your emergency fund from there. So this is how I would definitely attack my debt. Now, if you do it this way that I just showed you, your debt will go from, let me just find the other paper. Your debt will go from this long to pay it off. Gosh, I feel like I can't even speak. It's been so long doing this project and recording it. You will go from this long of paying it off and this amount of interest of paying to being debt free 2026 February, and also just paying 43,000 on your interest rates, which means you have saved 20,000 rand. Rather than paying 65, you pay 43,000 rand. Whew. Whew. Okay, so that is the budget. I really hope it makes sense. I did a lot of digging and trying to get her debt free as soon as possible, which means it's going to end up taking her 20 months to be debt free, and also she's going to save 20,000 rand on her interest payments, which is the bigger picture, and she can start building her emergency fund after that. But it doesn't mean that she's not doing the other challenges, because remember, we didn't take out the other challenges. So her snowball, her birthday, her Christmas challenge of saving that certain amount. So it will be the snowball effect plus the birthday of 250 and the Christmas of 300. So that is 550 a month. So she can also put that away as an emergency fund. So she can play around obviously with those savings and maybe choose 3 savings and not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right now, because she's trying, and also some investments as well, because she's trying to do that, but also trying to pay off debts, and also which means you are chasing 2 bunnies, 2 rabbits, and you can't even catch one. But if you focus on one at a time, you'll be able to reach your goals, but also be smart and wise and not be all over the place. I really hope this makes sense. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed recording it, even though I was all over the place because this budget was actually quite stressful. But I think I should also have a video call with Monica just so we can go through this together. But I think watch this video again, Monica, watch it over again, watch it again, and rewrite the whole budget as I showed you. And the laptop, buy the laptop this Black Friday. Use your snowball effect, the laptop savings that you currently have, so the 2.5 plus the other 750 times 6 months that you'll save, which is the 7,000 in total, and also use the 11,000 for Stockfell. In total is 25,800 rand. Get the laptop out of the way. Hopefully by Black Friday it won't be 30,000, it will be cheaper than that, which usually that's what happens anyways. Shop around, have a look online, take a lot and all of that. Where can you find the laptop that you want at a cheaper price during the Black Friday sale, and then start paying off your debts, adding extra as I showed you. But start this month with that emergency fund. Take the 2,000 now as you're watching this video and send it straight to your Capitec loan, and it will be nice to see the 2,000 come off your Capitec loan. And then at the end of July, so you then going to start paying that 800, and then that big chunk of bonus that is coming in on December, pay it onto your Capitec loan. Again, it will be nice to see it go down to whatever the amount will be. Let me go 2,000. Actually, I will have it on the spreadsheet here, and I can also show you yeah, so the Capitec loan, after you paid the 2,000 in December, you'll be owing 66,000. So you're going to go from 106,000 by December, it will be on 66,000. So that will be nice. I can actually also show you that. Let me see, let's capture this over here for you. Okay, so I should have it attached somewhere here where you will see that by December you'll be owing only 66,900. January will be down to 62,000. February will be down to 57,000. You're going to start enjoying seeing it go down like that. And then by the next December, it will be only down to 2,000. So when you get your bonus, you only pay that off. And then you take the other 18,000 and you put it onto your Capitec Access. And then it just becomes you quickly get it done by then. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but it was such a bit of a complicated budget because she's trying to do too much, and I understand, you know, as a single mom trying to do so much, and you're trying to make sure you have enough savings, and you also want to get out of debt, and you also want to give back to your family for helping you. You also want to help your son, and it's a lot, but I want you to be out of debt as soon as possible so that you can do all of that, you know, without having this debt and this interest and all of this over you. Thank you guys for watching. I'm rambling. I'll see you guys on the next video.